Black Iwan Sosa. I am the chairman of Shokaye. For now, I am the chairman Shokaye CDA. And I was just at home now, and they brought this for me as palliative for the whole of Shokaye estate. In this estate, we have 147 houses with families and tenants living there. I'm confused now. I don't know how to share this for 147 households in Shokaye estate. If you guys, the government, I'm talking to Dapo Abiodun now. If you people know you cannot do something, don't do it. We are not hungry, we are not beggars. So we don't need your rice as palliative. This is not even one bag. This is not up to an eighth of a bag of rice. Tí ó bá ṣe é ṣe, ẹ má force ara yín láti ṣe, à ń ṣe lébi mi báyìí. So èmi aláìkí ń gbé ráìsì padà kó bá mi gbé lọ fún Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún kó gbé padà sí ọ̀gá ẹ̀ Tinubu tó rán kó gbé fún àwọn ọmọ wọn. À ń ṣe lébi, Ọlọ́run ò dẹ̀ ní ṣe wálé lébi. So that is it. We don't need this rice. If you want to give us palliative, don't insult us. This is an insult. Shokaye estate refused to be insulted. God bless you.
Hello guys, welcome to Legal Connect. Welcome to this space. Welcome to another episode from this space. I hope you all have had a wonderful week, and since we last came up on this space, I hope you've had a brilliant time. It is another brand new episode on this space. This is a space where we talk about issues bordering Nigeria and Nigerians. I would like to say thank you once again to my listeners, my followers, and if you haven't joined this space, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button, and also click on the notification bell to be notified as and when materials or new materials are posted on this space. It has been a terrible few days, especially in the foreign lands. I'm talking about Israel-Palestine war. Looking at the news and listening to the news, reading the papers, seeing innocent people being slaughtered. It's appalling, and my thoughts goes to every family that have lost their family member in this terrible event or situation. I'm not here to take sides, but just to pray and bear my thoughts to those that have lost their loved ones. However, the situation in Nigeria is not dissimilar from what is being experienced, albeit the perpetrators in Nigeria are the people that have seized power, that have established themselves as our leaders. When you are a leader of a nation, or of subordinates, of people, your leadership goals is to make sure that your followers or people that you purport to be governing, they are respected and they live a meaningful life. But that is a story for the birds when it comes to Nigeria leadership. I've got two items of news or of events to discuss on this space today. The first one, I know majority have read about it and have seen it played out. It is the abuse of public phone perpetrated by the son of our President Bola Tinubu, who deemed it right and befitting to jump on the so-called presidential jet to go and watch a sports game from Abuja to Kano. It is appalling that when our leaders are in power, the whole family basically are the elected representative of government. The other time his wife sat in a security briefing, I think that was the visit of President Tinubu to the then central bank governor, that is Governor Emefiele of the central bank then, and the president's wife sat in a security or a private discussion when she's not the president of this country. And now one of his children by the name of Tinubu deemed it that he is within his right to jump onto the presidential jet. It is called a presidential jet. It is not Ahmed Bola Tinubu's jet. But he felt that he's within the ranks to be able to use this public vehicle for his own personal desire. And not just him, he took his friends and they jetted off from Abuja to Kano. And if you look at some of the photographs that have been released, you see how he's even been treated as if he is the president of this country. And he has detailed security as well. And it is quite surprising that he's not underage. He's a man, he's over 18, and he should not be clinging onto his father's personality to live his own life. At 18, you are an adult, and as an adult, your father or your parents, so to say, does not have any influence on you. You make your own decision because the country law regards you as an adult. But this young man feels that the son of a president is basically a president. And that is what goes on in this country, where we elect people into power. Their friends and family becomes lords over the citizens. And it is high time that the law is respected. I don't think there is any provisions within the Nigerian constitution. I'm not going to quote any legislation on this episode today. I'm just going to say it the way I feel. I don't believe there is any provisions within the constitution that states that the public property, probably apart from the presidential, he's not even entitled to live in the presidential villa, because he is, as I said, he is an adult. If he's under 18, then he's under the care of his parents, and so he might be able to live in Aso Rock. But once you cross 18, you're not even eligible to live in Aso Rock, which is the presidential villa. At this age, it is a disgrace on his part, morally and personally, for him to showcase himself as if he is the president of this country and abusing the public property as if it is his father's property. His father does not even have the right to assign him to travel in the presidential jet. He doesn't have that constitutional right. And I'm surprised that the ministry in charge of the presidential vehicles, there will be a department that actually oversee the travel logistics or the vehicles the president uses, that they assign, they release this vehicle for this young overzealous man to abuse the privilege that is accorded to the president. And I call for a proper investigation. I know it's not going to happen, it is Nigeria, but I call for a proper investigation as to how this young man and his friends were able to use this vehicle for their own personal entertainment. And if you look at the video that is in circulation, You see him actually hosting a party in our public vehicle and then posting it online for us to see. So basically telling us that this is my father's property. You see, this is my father's property. You see, this is how we roll. Ah man, Nigeria. I don't think this will happen in the Western world. Even in the Western, there will be a proper investigation of this, and people there will roll because somebody allowed him to jump onto to use this vehicle, and then he's being received as if he is the president. He's even been look at the entourage receiving him at the airport or wherever he landed. No, it is a disgrace. Who is actually ruling this country? Who is in charge of this country? Is it Bola Tinubu and family, or is it Bola Tinubu family and friends? I don't know. I don't just know. We elect these people to make our life easy, to take decisions on behalf of us. But they come into power, they take decisions on their own behalf. They take decisions that benefits them. Okay, look at what is happening in the Middle East. People made decisions to bring about the war between Israel and Palestine. I'm not talking about the history. The history is there for us to consider. But the event of Saturday, people took decisions to bring them into reality. And then the reaction of the Israelis army, think about the lives that have been lost as a result of the decisions. Few people, they took those decisions because of their own personal interests, not considering the consequence it will have on innocent men, women and children, old and the young, not considering those impacts. Look at the amount of people that have died as a result of decision made by few people in Palestine and in Israel. And then you come to Nigeria. The president Bola Ahmed Tinubu said the other day he was going to give out palliative. He was going to give 8,000 naira, can't remember now, 8,000, 5,000 naira. And people question how effective this is going to be. Not how he's going to get it to those that actually needs it, but what impact would that be? But then you look at what has happened since then. People have rather held these funds to themselves and ignore the people that actually needs these funds, because there is no record. How do you determine that these are the people that needs the fund? We've talked about here how products that are manufactured in Nigeria are so cheaper outside Nigeria compared to being retailed in Nigeria, and the government is not doing anything. And now we have this son of a president telling the world, showing to the world, the presidential jet is my father's property, I can use it the way I like. Nothing is going to happen. This is the crop of government officials or government personnel that we've put into power. Nothing is going, there is nothing. We will make noise now and in the next few days it's forgotten. Nothing is going to come out of it. And tomorrow he will repeat the same thing and nothing will happen. And that is how they've been abusing the system. It is high time we sit up and actually ask ourselves, do we actually need these people as leaders? It is not the cross-party switching that we're talking about. When PDP doesn't serve their interests, they move to APC. When that doesn't serve their interests, they form their own party. They're all the same. There's no difference. They don't respect the law. They don't abide by the provisions of the law. They don't even respect personnel. And that basically takes me to the next topic of how an officer of the judiciary was abused by a DSS official. This is a learned colleague by the name of Douglas Ogbankwe Esquire, who is a director of strategic communication of the African Bar Association and a convener of Security Situation Room. He went through the institution of learning and was duly appointed as a barrister in this country. This is a young barrister that was assaulted by about 8 officials of the SSS, that is the State Security Service, Edo State Command. What is the allegation? The allegation is that this young lawyer went to the station with his client, and the DSS or the SSS, the State Security Services, decided not to acknowledge his position as a barrister that was duly called to the bar or to the Nigerian Bar Association. And as a result, he was assaulted because they regarded him as a nobody. And why I am dwelling on this story is the fact that even if this man is not a barrister, let's play the devil's advocate now and say that he is not a barrister, must you assault him physically? If you feel that he's impersonating a position that he is not, all you do is arrest him and charge him rather than physically assault him. The DSS, the SSS, the police, or whatever security you are, the EFCC, they are always fond of physically manhandling people. And it is not right. The person that you are manhandling is a human being like you. How will you feel if you're treated like that? The fact that you are a law enforcement agent, you are a police, you are a DSS, you are a SSS, you are an EFCC, doesn't give you the right to lord over a fellow citizen. Doesn't give you the right to lord over a fellow human being. Your position, first of all, is to protect that person. Your position is to make sure you keep law, peace, law, and respect. Is to make sure that you keep peace every time. So first of all, you have to establish the facts. And how do you establish the facts? If you feel that he is not saying the truth, if you feel that there is a crack in his statement or in his presentation, then get him arrested. Arrest him and investigate. Why will he be impersonating being a barrister when he is not? I know people do it. I'm not ignorant of that fact. But however, this young man's affairs have been in public domain for a while. In May of this year, there was an article where he demanded an apology from the city lawyers based in Lagos when they said that he is impersonating as a barrister, that he was never called to the bar. And to that effect, the Supreme Court of Nigeria has already issued a direction, an order. The issue was the fact that he changed his name he changed his last name, that's his surname now, and he is allowed to change his name. He is allowed to change his name as far as he go through the process provided by law. Women marry and take up their husband's name. Does that mean that their life before they got married is wiped off their history? That they are a graduate of law or a doctor, but because they've changed their name, haven't gotten married, it means that certificate that they've achieved before they got married is invalid. That is the same position here. This young barrister changed his last name, and he's allowed to, by the law of Nigeria, he's allowed to change his name whenever he feels like it. He doesn't need an approval from the president, from the governor, from the Senate to change his name, as far as he follows the provisions of the law on how you change your name. And that does not immediately cancel his call to the bar. And the DSS or the State Security Services should have investigated this matter before assaulting him. So what he's done is written an open letter to the president because of what he's experienced in the hands of the state security services, and which I wholeheartedly agree that it is wrong for what they've done. You cannot physically manhandle a human being for no just cause, especially when he's not committed any crime. Where are we going with all this attitude? I'm asking the public servants. It cuts across every aspect of government agencies. It cuts across every aspect of government agencies. The first attitude is to be physical. If you decide to kill all Nigerians, does that justify your position as a state security officer? What is the primary purpose of your position? What is the primary purpose of your duty? These people need to be trained and educated. The law says innocent until proven guilty, but agencies, our public officers, says guilty until proven innocent. I think we need to take a step back. Where are we rushing to? What quality of life are we experiencing by the behavior that we are exhibiting? What is our quality of life? It's just been reported that a member of the House of Rep died recently. I don't think at the beginning of the year, if you've told him that he's not going to see the end of 2023, he will believe you. But that is life. We need to leave a legacy. A legacy that are the people that we leave behind, or the people that we serve, will forever be grateful for us being in that position. We are young now and we are able to do things. But remember, you'll be old tomorrow, where you will be handicapped. Even if you have the millions in the world, the billions, the trillions in the world, you still have to rely on people. Your billions will not go to the market and cook for you. Your billions might pay people to do it. But then the life that you live now that you are able to make a change in this country will tell the life that you experience when you're handicapped. Look at the Western world. They are already talking about electric vehicles, driverless cars. What is Nigeria talking about? Do you think in the next 50 years, 50 years, the way we are going, our roads will have driverless cars on it? We'll have electric vehicles in this country? I don't think so. Look at diesel, petrol that we produce. It is a nightmare. Talk less of now having an electric vehicle. And we have the brains. We have the brains that can bring forth these benefits, these luxury lives. But what are we doing? We're choking these brains. We're choking them up because we live in the past. We don't move with time. Look at our leaders. They've been in power for the last 50 years. They're still clinging to power. Yeah, that is all I wanted to talk about today. And I hope you agree with me that we need drastic change. Our leaders need to change. They are not leading. They are just coasting. They should remember, according to our former president's wife, there is God. Oh. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. As I said at the beginning, if you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button and then click on that notification bell. If you've subscribed as well, click on that notification bell so that when we post new materials, you get notification, and when we post new material, you get the message. Put your comment over there if you agree with our president's son Sheyi abusing the public fund for his own personal desire with him and his friends, or you agree that it is right for the SSS to to be abusing officers of the judiciary? Put your comments there. I would like to hear from you. We need to try and do our best to make a change. We are tired of this whole process. It is just a recycling. Until I come back to you next time, I hope you have a lovely time and take care now. Bye bye.